Good morning, dear students. Let us know the definition of unit circle. These days we are learning trigonometric functions, but till now we have not started trigonometric function, but we are learning some basic things. Let me give you the definition of unit circle. A circle whose radius is 1 unit. A circle whose radius is 1 unit is called a unit circle. See, this is the center of the circle, and the radius of this circle is, suppose, OA, whose length is suppose 1 unit. So 1 centimeter or 1 meter, something like that. 1 unit. I am not saying centimeter or meter. Simply I am saying 1 unit. So then this circle will be said what? Unit circle. So that is the definition of unit circle. Now in class 10 we have learned that trigonometric ratios are ratio between two sides of a right triangle. No? Trigonometric ratios, there are 6 ratios, are ratio between two sides of a right triangle. There are 6 ratios. One is, suppose this is a right triangle. For acute angles, no, this is an acute angle, this is also an acute angle less than 90 degree is. For these acute angles, trigonometric ratios are sine of this angle, suppose this angle is theta, sine theta is perpendicular by hypotenuse, cos theta base by hypotenuse, tan theta perpendicular by base, cosec theta hypotenuse by perpendicular, sec theta hypotenuse by base, cot theta base by perpendicular. So with respect to this angle, this side will be called perpendicular, this side will be called perpendicular, this side will be called base, this side will be called hypotenuse. So these are actually with respect to this acute angle, and this acute angle we are considering this angle or this angle, you can say. So this angle was considered in degree measure. Some angle, its value is there and it is in degree measure. No? Today we are going to learn trigonometric ratios once again in terms of radian measure. For any angle, here trigonometric ratios with respect to acute angle, we are saying acute angle. Up to class 10, whatever we have learned, all those trigonometric ratios were with respect to acute angles, no? Means less than 90 degree angle. For that, this was defined. And their values also, sine 0, sine 30, sine 45, sine 60, sine 90, like that, no? We have learned that. But today, here in this class, we will learn to define this, express trigonometric ratios for any angle. Means it is not necessary to be acute. For any angle, for more than, means for obtuse angle also trigonometric ratios we can express. We can write down the trigonometric ratios for any angle in radian measure. We will write first. So we are going to that point now. So dear students, I have drawn one unit circle here, because we are going to write trigonometric ratios in radian measure, in terms of radian measure actually. So trigonometric ratios in radian measure. So here this circle is a unit circle. Unit circle means its radius is 1 unit. Here it is 1 unit. Okay. Here we are going to write using this circle, because trigonometric ratios, when you talk about trigonometric ratios in radian measure, we understand that radius of a circle is involved in that. So that means a circle is necessary. Now using this circle we will write the trigonometric ratios. From here, say from this point A to this point B, suppose length of this arc is suppose x unit. What is the length of this arc? X unit from here to here. And radius is 1. So here you see length of arc AB is equal to x unit, equal to x, and radius is equal to radius is equal to 1 unit, radius r. So length is x unit and radius is, this is x, this radius is 1 unit. Okay, so you know the relationship between length of arc by radius is equal to radian measure of the angle subtended by the arc at the center of the circle. It is this angle we are talking. So that angle is suppose theta now, theta, and length of the arc is here. What is the length? X. So we say here it is x, divided by radius of the circle. Radius of the circle is 1 unit. Okay, we write here 1 is equal to measure of the angle, this angle we are talking, theta. So that is theta is equal to x by 1 means x radian. Remember, because we have taken this angle using this arc and radius, so that's why x radian. But this angle theta, its another name is AOB also, no? Angle AOB is equal to x radian. X radian. Got the idea? So now just you think, this is an angle theta. Now it is an acute angle theta, and if from this end point of this radius, if I drop a perpendicular on this base OA, then that perpendicular will be like this. So I have dropped a perpendicular here at C. Suppose this angle is 90 degree. No? So BC is a perpendicular. So in triangle OCB, that is a right triangle. In triangle OCB, angle OCB is equal to x radian. Now you can say it is x. Directly you can say it is x radian, because against this arc this angle is there, because radius is 1 unit, that's why it will be x radian. And with respect to this angle, we want to write the trigonometric ratios. So for my convenience, suppose I consider this part as OC as A unit. OC is equal to suppose A unit. Okay, and this BC is suppose B unit. BC is equal to B unit. In another diagram, I will mark these things little neatly, better way than this. So just you keep in mind, this OC is A unit, BC is B unit, and OB is 1 unit. This angle is x radian. Okay, now so keep this point in mind. Now let's go to another diagram, again with the same thing only. So I was saying that this point is C, this point is B, this point is A, and I said that OC you consider as A unit. Okay, OB is, it is 1 unit, you know, because it is unit circle, radius this one, and this BC I said you take as B unit. This is 90 degree angle, this it is x radian, and length of this arc is x unit. Using this circle, let us write sine, cos, and the remaining ratios, key ratios. So sine ratio, sine of this angle x, but this angle x in radian measurement. So sine is perpendicular on hypotenuse. So opposite to this side is B. So this is B. On hypotenuse is this one 1. It will be B, that means. So B will stand for sine x. This B will stand for, perpendicular will stand for sine of the angle subtended by this arc. Then secondly, cos you write, cos x. Cos x will be base on hypotenuse. Base is A and hypotenuse is 1. That will be equal to A only. So we have understood from this that cos x will be denoted by A and sine x will be denoted by B. Sine x will be denoted by B. So these are the two important things that we have learned from this discussion. That is, now onwards, this A will stand for A in this diagram will stand for cos x, and this B will stand for sin x. Perpendicular in the unit circle, the base in the unit circle will be represented by cos. That means x-axis, part of x-axis cos, part of y-axis will be, or parallel to y-axis will be sin. Got the idea? So that is, again here you can also establish, you see, a square plus b square equal to 1 square by Pythagoras theorem. A is cos square and b is sin square. We can write that relationship here also. Since this angle is 90 degree, no, we can write here, dear students, we can write here a square plus this b square is equal to this 1 square, means 1 by Pythagoras theorem. So a square plus b square equal to 1. A stand for cos square x, no? A is equal to cos x, plus b is sin x, so sin square x is equal to 1, which is an identity already we have established. So with radian measure also we have established this identity, that is equal to 1. You may think, if we change the radius, will it affect this ratio? It will never affect, because you see, you will form similar triangles only. Similar triangles means if this angle is this is suppose increase into 2 times, then that way the base also will increase, perpendicular also will increase. So it will not affect the ratio, because you will form similar triangles only if you keep the angle same, x degree. So sin x will be always this this perpendicular, this will be cos x. Got the idea? For a unit circle we are talking now. So we have this relation established here. Now see here, suppose this x unit length of this arc I consider on this side, in this side, the left hand side of this y-axis here. Okay, then if I join this point, this new point, say D, if I join with this O and I drop a perpendicular from D on the x-axis, what shall I get here? One congruent triangle, congruent to this OCB, one triangle I will get here. I am talking about this OCD triangle, or OED triangle. This point will be E here. This is E. Since this is x unit, then this angle also will be x radian, because this is unit circle. For this angle also, only the thing that is changing is this side, it is just opposite of this side. This is called positive part, part of this x-axis, positive x-axis, and this is negative x-axis. So then, since it is A, this its length also will be A, but since we are talking in a Cartesian plane, this A will be negative, but this is positive. Above the x-axis, the distances that are measured, it will be positive only. So this will be positive B and this will be negative A. That means OE, in this diagram, OE will be minus A and ED will be B. So dear students, you see, angle is same. Angle is same. When each coordinate we can say as, each coordinate this way x unit length and this way y unit, this is what called A unit length and this way B unit length. So this point's coordinate can be written as A, B. A, B. The same way, this point's coordinate, when we will write point D's coordinate, then what we have to write here? Minus A, B. Its coordinate will be minus A, B. You see, but you see, I am not, this is x unit, but when we will measure an angle, always we measure from its initial position. That means, not with respect to this angle, it will be minus AB, it will be with respect to this angle. With respect to this angle, because this is the initial position of a revolving ray. Suppose this ray is revolving in this anti-clockwise direction, this way it has come. So from its initial position, from this position, it comes to this position. So for this angle, the this one what called this coordinate of this point is minus a comma b. So dear students, have you realized here this angle will be what? This angle is what? Pi radian, because this is semicircular angle at the semicircle, so it will be pi. Then this part is x, then this angle will be pi minus x. Thus you see, for this pi minus x angle also, the coordinate of this point is what? Minus a b. This way is minus a unit and this is b unit. So you have noticed, I think here, that means this coordinate, if in terms of trigonometric ratios we write, this will be minus cos x, because a stands for cos x. Then this will be minus cos x comma sin x. See, and this point's coordinate, if we write in terms of trigonometric ratios, a is what? Cos x, and b is what? Sin x. That is, all these points on this circle, they can be, all these points coordinate can be denoted in terms of cos x and sin x. So that means all these points can be denoted by their coordinates can be denoted by cos x and sin x. Only the thing is that the sign will change, as you have noticed here. This way, when you come up to this level, means suppose this is the revolving ray OA. When it revolves this way in anticlockwise direction and comes into this position, into the position of OD, then it revolves how much angle? Pi minus x angle. How do we know it is pi minus x? Because in this side I kept x radian, and this whole angle is, this part is pi radian, then this angle will be pi minus x radian. Got the idea? So after pi minus x radian, the coordinate of this point is minus cos x sin x. It is every point on this circle can be denoted by writing cos x and sin x. Only what will change? Their sign will change. Sign, you see, when you will come in this quadrant, all a will be negative. That means the abscissa will be negative, means minus in this side, and ordinate will remain positive. That means it will be sin x only. Again, when you come in this quadrant, suppose you select a point here against this only, means minus a unit this way, and this way suppose minus b unit. Here a point is here. Its coordinate will be what? Minus a comma minus b. Its coordinate will be. So that minus a comma minus b is actually what? Minus cos x minus sin x. Okay? Minus cos x minus sin x. If a point is here, if a point is here, suppose, and we have come this way a unit length, and this way suppose b unit length. The point is here. For this point, the coordinate will be what? A comma minus b, because this is negative b, opposite of this b. So its coordinate in trigonometric ratios, it will be cos x comma minus sin x. So the sign will change that way. So all that points on this unit circle, their coordinates can be written in terms of cos x and sin x. Got the idea, students? See here. So we have understood that all the points on this unit circle, radius is 1 unit, are actually can be denoted by cos x and sin x. No, only their sign will change. Now see here, what is the coordinate of this point, which is on the x-axis? This is x-axis. This point's coordinate is actually this way 1 unit, and y coordinate is 0 here, so it will be 1 comma 0. That means here you can say the value of cos x is, this is value of cos x. Cos x is 0, means it is cos 0 actually, cos 0 radian, and this is sin x, value of sin x. So cos x equal to 0. Here we have understood cos x equal to 0 radian, actually for 0 radian, cos 0 radian, and sin x is here, sin x is cos x is 1, cos x is 1, sorry, cos x is 1, and that means cos 0 is 1, and sin x is what? 0, that is equal to sin 0 radian, because this ray is here only now, suppose, this ray is here only with the initial position, it makes no angle here. When this ray, suppose it rotates by 1/4, no, 1/4 of this whole circle, that is when it comes up to this level, that means suppose this is suppose x unit from here to here, it is x unit, that means it subtends here pi by 2 angle, no, pi by 2 angle, because this way this whole angle is pi, this is another pi, so this is pi by 2, no, 1/4 of twice pi, so this is pi by 2. That time you see what is the coordinate of this point, because here x coordinate will be 0, because you see here x coordinate is 1, as you are going upward this way up to this level, it will be 0, 1, because y coordinate is 1 unit, the radius of the circle, and x coordinate is not there, 0, because starting from origin. When the you select a point here on the again on the x-axis, x coordinate is -1, because this way it is -1, y coordinate is 0. When you come here, x coordinate is again 0, y coordinate is -1. So what you can say here, that sine x, here sine x is 0, cos x is 0, cos x is 0. Actually what is the angle here? Cos means this arc, how many radial it subtends here? This arc subtends here pi by 2 angle. So for cos pi by 2 it is 0. Again when you come by another pi by 2 angle, that means you come to this level, suppose this whole arc, you consider this from here to here, I am saying you consider this part also, that is this whole arc, it subtends here what angle? Pi angle. So for this pi angle, cos x is equal to, what is pi angle, what is cos x value? This is cos x value, no? Cos x, that value is -1, and this angle is, this x means this angle is pi angle, so it is cos pi, no? So cos pi is -1. Here I forgot to say about sin x. Here what is the value of sin x? Sin x, this angle, when it is pi by 2, so that angle is, sin x is 1, that means sin x represents pi by 2 angle. Okay, here this x represents pi angle, here this x represents pi by 2 angle, because you have to see the position here. Just see, look at this, cos x here 0, this is cos x value, cos, you can say pi by 2 also, cos pi by 2 directly, and this is the value of sin pi by 2, sin pi by 2. Okay, cos pi by 2, and this is sin pi by 2. This is cos pi, cos x means cos pi here, minus, and here it is 0, sin pi. Okay, this is sin pi value, that is sin pi is 0. So when sin x is equal to 0, then you have realized this angle is sin pi. Sin pi is 0. So sin 0 is also 0, sin pi also is 0. Again you see here, this is pi plus this is pi by 2, that is pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 2. How many pi by 2 up to here? When we will consider this whole arc up to here, then what angle does it subtend at the center of the circle? What angle does this whole arc subtends at the center of the circle? Pi by 2 plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2, 3 pi by 2. That means when it is 3 pi by 2, the angle is 3 pi by 2. What is the value of cos? Cos it is 0, sin it is -1. So cos x is again 0. When cos, this x stands for 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, and sin x is again sin x is what? Sin x is -1, and that x is standing for 3 pi by 2. Okay, so for 3 pi by 2 again it is 0 and minus 1. Here 1 cos is 1, here cos is minus 1, here sine is 1, here sine is minus 1. When the angle will be completed twice pi, when it is cos twice pi angle, then cos x is what? 1 and sine x is what? 0. Means when we consider this whole circle, then what angle does it subtend here at the center? Twice pi angle. For twice pi angle, again you see cos x is what? 1 and sin x is 0. So what you can say? Cos twice pi is 1, sin twice pi is 0. Cos twice pi is 1 and sin twice pi is 0. Okay, dear students. So what is the point here actually? Once again, dear students, so if a point P is located on the unit circle, its abscissa is A, ordinate is B, then this A represents actually cos of the angle subtended by this arc at the center of the unit circle, that is x. So cos x, and B is equal to sine of the angle x in radian measure. No? That means every point can be written that way. So here when we say it is 1 0 1 comma 0, that means A is 1 here, A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. It means what? Cos x is 1 and sin x is 0. When the point will be here only, that time here will be no angle formed here, means 0 radian formed. You can say cos 0 radian is equal to 1 and sin 0 radian is equal to 0. Okay, dear students, when this arc subtends an angle here pi by 2, that time for pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is 0, sin pi by 2 is 1. Cos pi by 2 is 0, sin pi by 2 is 1. When this arc, semicircular arc, subtends an angle here pi, that time cos pi is minus 1, sin pi is 0. When this arc from this point to this point, this arc subtends here an angle, that is pi by 2 plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2, 3 pi by 2 angle. This is 3 pi by 2 angle. That time cos 3 pi by 2 is 0 and sin 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. When the whole circle is completed, then the whole circle subtends here twice pi radian angle. For this twice pi radian angle, cos twice pi is 1 and sin twice pi is 0. No? Cos twice pi is 1, sin twice pi is 0. Here one point I want you to observe, all of you please observe this one, how this cos and sin they are repeating. Just you see, sin is 0 here, again sin is 0 here, again sin will be 0 here. How? I am saying sin is 0 here, the second point is sin, so sin 0 is 0, again for sin pi also it is 0. Just observe this one, sin pi also is 0, again pi and then one more pi means twice pi, sin twice pi is again 0, sin twice pi is again 0. Again suppose the arc makes one more pi angle here, because it can be there, like that, no? Suppose this is a moving point like this, makes pi angle, twice pi angle, again after that again it makes one more pi angle, suppose 3 pi angle, then what will be the value of sin 3 pi again? When it will situate here, no, the point will situate here, again sin will be 0 only, so then sin thrice pi also is 0. If we talk about 4 pi, after that again it comes here, suppose sin 4 pi For 4 pi also it is 0. Just you see here, when it is a multiple of pi, means here you can say 0 pi, 0 into pi. Here you can say 1 into pi, 2 into pi, 3 into pi, 4 into pi. Sign is all the time 0. Sin 0 into pi is 0. Sin 1 into pi is 0. Sin 2 into pi is 0. Sin 3 into pi is 0. Sin 4 into pi is 0. So sin 5 pi also will be 0. Sin 6 pi also will be 0. That way for negative angles also. Negative angles means in clockwise direction, if you form the angle, suppose this point is moving this way in clockwise direction, this way it is moving. So suppose this part makes an angle here at the center of the circle, that is minus pi angle. We call it minus pi. Why minus pi? Because in clockwise direction we are measuring this angle. This angle will be called minus pi. For cos minus pi, for sin minus pi, you see what is the value? 0 only. Sin means the second, means ordinate, second value of this pair. So for sin minus pi also it is 0 only. So sin minus pi means actually what? Sin minus pi. For sin minus pi also it is 0. For sin minus pi also it is 0. For sin minus 2 pi, means again when it will come here, sin minus 2 pi, also it will be 0. For sin minus 3 pi, one more time, suppose it rotates this way, it comes up to this position, then for sin minus 3 pi also it will be 0 only. For sin minus 4 pi also it will be 0. That way, so you see students, for any integral multiple of pi, means integral multiple means 0 pi, 1 pi, 2 pi, minus 1 pi, minus 2 pi, minus 3 pi. For all these angles, sin is all the time 0. For odd multiple of pi, sin is all the time 0. So from this discussion we come to this conclusion. I am not saying that sin odd multiple of pi, sin even, so what called integral multiple of pi. That was a mistake. Sin integral multiple of pi means 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, all these are integers. So for integral multiple of pi, 0 is an integer. For integral multiple of pi, sin of the angle, sin 1 pi, sin 2 pi, all the time it will be 0 only. That is our conclusion. So for any integral multiple of pi, sin of the angle will be always 0. So for integral multiples of pi, sin x is always 0. Where is x stand for what? X stand for integral multiple of pi, n pi, where it is n represents any integer. Remember this point, students. Sin x is 0 for all x which is equal to n pi. N stand for any integer, positive or negative. Got the idea, students? Or suppose I ask you write these values, sin x values you write for x equal to 0, pi, minus pi, then 2 pi, minus 2 pi, 3 pi, minus 3 pi. For all this, you write the value of sin x. Sin 0, 0. Sin pi, 0. Sin minus pi, 0. Sin 2 pi, 0. Sin minus 2 pi, 0. 0, 0, 0. All the time, 0. All the time it will be 0. Whenever x will take these values, then sin x will take zeros only. That means we can say like this. Suppose these are values in the domain and these are values in the range y equal to. Suppose we define this as a function. We express it as a function. Suppose there is a values relationship between the values of some real values like this. Pi is a real number, 22/7. No, pi is a real number which is 22/7. So for any integral multiple of pi, means if I take in the domain, this is suppose x, this is a function from x to y, okay, and this function is what? Sine of x, means the operation will be sine of x, then it will give us y. So this x, the input will be 0, pi, minus 2 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, all this, but y value will be 0, means 0 is linked to 0, pi is linked to 0, minus pi also linked to 0, twice pi also linked to 0, 3 twice pi, minus 2 pi, minus 3 pi, all are linked to 0. So this is a function from real numbers, this is real number, subset of real number you can say, or any real number you can say, real number set, to this real number 0. For pi only we are saying. So this is a function, sine function, with this part as a domain. Now you see, if we talk about cos, how it is cos, what is the behavior of cos? Cos is 0 where and where, just you see. Cos is 0 here and cos is 0 here. Here, when this arc subtends an angle here pi/2, that means cos is 0. So cos is 0 for cos pi/2. Again cos is 0 here for 3 pi/2, 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 3 pi/2, cos is 0 again. So cos is 0 for again 3 pi/2. For cos 3 pi/2 also it is 0, sin 3 pi/2 also it is 0. Oh, sorry, sin 3 pi/2 it is -1. I made a mistake, students. Please. For cos pi/2 it is 0, and for cos 3 pi/2 again it is 0. Did you notice here also pi/2, here also pi/2, and for none of the angles cos is 0, only for pi/2 and 3 pi/2. Suppose this arc makes here pi/2, then cos will be 0. Again, when this arc is extended up to this part, this point, then this arc will subtend what angle here? 3 pi/2 angle. For that again 0. If arc is extended again up to this level, how much you are adding here? Again one more pi you are adding, means it is like this, pi/2, 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 means move from this line to this line is a pi/2 angle. You understand now, students, what I am saying? Let me explain you with a new diagram. What I was saying to you, for cos is 0 here and cos is 0 here. When this arc from its initial position, it makes an angle here, that is pi/2 angle, and it situates here this point. So this arc subtends here an angle pi/2, and at that moment cos value is 0, sin is 1. So cos of pi/2 is 0. Again, suppose this arc, it moves from, means it is extended up to here, this level, then another pi/2 angle is formed here, and it is extended up to this level, this point, then one more pi/2 angle is formed. How many pi/2? 1, 2, 3. Again for 3 pi/2 cos value you see 0. So cos 3 pi/2 is again 0. When one more pi/2 is, it is covered, no, this whole circle subtends here one more pi/2, that means 4 pi/2 means twice pi. After that, suppose this arc, this circle is extended, this arc is extended up to this level, that means this circle plus this circle subtends twice by angle here. Again it is extended up to this level, suppose. Then that long arc has subtended here how much angle? Already twice by angle, plus one more this part, that will also subtend another pi by 2. Total angle subtended by this arc here at the center will be like this. This way pi by 2, pi by 2, no? Again another pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 4 pi by 2, one more pi by 2, 5 pi by 2. When the point will situate here, that is after 5 pi by 2 angle, after rotation of 5 pi by 2 angle about its center, when this position it will take, this moving point, suppose it will take this position, that time it will be 5 pi by 2 angle. So for 5 pi by 2 again it will become 0. 6 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2. That means when after 7 pi by 2 again cos will be 0. Cos will be 0 after again 7 pi by 2 angle. Have you understood, dear students? Something you are observing here, you are noticing here. What is that very important thing that you are noticing? Pi by 2, 1 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2. What type of these numbers are? 1, 3, 5, 7. These are all odd numbers. Odd numbers when you multiply with pi by 2, and cos of that angle will always give 0. If we go reverse way means this way you go, then it will be called minus pi by 2 angle. Suppose we are talking about angle subtended by this arc in clockwise direction here at the center, that will be minus pi by 2. So for cos minus pi by 2 also the value is 0 only. So for cos minus pi by 2, cos minus pi by 2, the value is 0 only. For cos 3 pi by 2 again, minus 3 pi by 2, this way you go, pi by 2 in clockwise direction you go. Then cos minus 3 pi by 2, for this also it will be 0. Cos minus 5 pi by 2, also it is 0. So our conclusion is here, dear students, that x and cos x, their values will change like this. For pi by 2 angle, for minus pi by 2 angle, for 3 pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 2, for minus 3 pi by 2, for 5 pi by 2, for minus 5 pi by 2. For all these, cos is all the time 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We can define a function then from x, these are values of x, suppose pi by 2, minus pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, minus 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, minus 5 pi by 2. From all these values, from all these inputs, cos function. Now this operation can be said as a function, because when these inputs are put here, given here, then it will give a unique image here. What is that? 0. So that means cos pi by 2 is linked to 0, minus pi by 2 is linked to 0, 3 pi by 2 linked to 0, minus 3 pi by 2 linked to 0 by the function cos function. With these inputs, have you understood? So we are coming into a conclusion now. For odd multiple of pi by 2, odd multiple means 1 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, these are odd numbers only now, and multiplying pi by 2. That's why you can say for odd multiple of pi by 2, cos is all the time 0. And there we have learned for integral multiple of pi, sin is all the time 0. So today we have learned these 2 points. So our conclusion is, today's conclusion, cos x function is 0 whenever x is equal to odd multiple of this odd multiple of odd multiple you will write like this, twice n plus 1, means suppose n is 0, then it will be 1 pi by 2. If n is suppose minus 1, 2 into minus 1 minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 minus pi by 2 it will be. So if it is 1, then it will be 3 pi by 2. If it is 2, then it will be 5 pi by 2. If it is minus 2, it will be minus 3 pi by 2. If it is minus 3, it will be minus 5 pi by 2. So that way. So cos x 0 for all x which are odd multiple of, to represent odd number we will write like this, odd multiple of pi by 2. Okay, where n represents integer, z is the set of integers. Sin x is 0 if x is integral multiple of pi by 2, n is integer, positive, negative or 0, whatever. So these are the 2 points that we have learned after this whole discussion. Okay dear students, the next theory part in the next video. Thank you.